welcome to my travel channel. Today we're going to talk about business class flights within Australia, short haul, particularly from Melbourne to the Gold Coast and back to Melbourne, and if it's actually worth it to pay extra for business class. So my situation is this: I've been a gold member with Virgin Australia, and I've been very lucky to be a gold member. That is due to the fact that I've been actually flying for business with my orchestra quite a bit pre-COVID. So we've been touring around and touring within Australia and also going to New Zealand, which got me a few miles there. And then also I've been very, very fortunate that some very special person in my life has gifted me with a business class ticket to LA. Back then I was living in Sydney, so it was Sydney, LA and return, which was absolutely amazing. And that's a different story. So long-haul flights, if they're worth it, we're gonna make a whole new video about them. But that got me the miles to be a gold member with Virgin. So I think I wouldn't say it's easy to become a gold member with them, but I was surprised that I'm a gold member after just one business class flight to LA and just flying around Australia quite a bit. But yeah, I am, and I'm very, very happy to be a gold member. So being a gold member means already that you always have access to the lounge when you fly with Virgin, even if you fly economy. So you would still be able to have priority boarding, that's one thing, and lounge access, which is great because there's free food, and it just feels like a little bit of a different world and makes it a bit more sophisticated to fly. So going to the Gold Coast is always something that I do like a few times every year because it's just awesome. It's very relaxing there, and I do have a video about my latest stay at the Marathon Surfers Paradise Suites on the Gold Coast. So do check out my other videos. I will put a link down there in the description as well. Why did I fly business class? I actually booked economy and the cheapest fare as well. But it's probably because I'm a gold member. It might be the case if you're not a gold member, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But I do get emails asking me if I want to bid to upgrade to business class. And I get them about a week before I fly, and I always place the lowest possible bid. And so that's usually like $100. I did actually bid $115 this time because on my last Gold Coast trip, I really only bid $100, and that did get upgraded and was pretty cool. And I just wanted to sort of have a little bit more safety that I will get upgraded again. So I bid those extra $15. And yes, so it went through. So I got my business class upgrade for both directions. So that is $115 I bid per direction. So it's a total of $230 that I paid on top of my tickets, which were, I think, $80 one way, so $160. So add that up, and then you know how much I paid in total. This is still cheaper than booking business class upfront. I just checked now to give you the exact numbers, how much it costs if you actually go and book a business class ticket. At the moment, that's $300 one way. It's actually not too bad, but it was only about $200 for me. So it's still cheaper if you just do the upgrade bid, but of course you don't know 100% that it's gonna happen. So okay, let's get to the actual difference between economy and business class. So like I said, you already get lounge access if you're a gold member. If you're not a gold member and you fly business, you would get lounge access. So that's one of the differences. And I think that's pretty cool. There's always food there and you can eat as much as you like. It's very chill atmosphere. just full disclosure, like I never used to fly business class before, and I've been flying economy all my life, all the time. So I'm not sophisticated and spoiled at all. It's very special for me to fly, period. Like even if it's business class, even if it's the cheapest ticket, I always love flying. I love being on airports. But now that I've had this business class experience a few times, I do have to say that it is quite a bit nicer. Okay, what else apart from lounge access? Priority boarding, which is, I would say, a very nice thing, because on my flight to the Gold Coast, it was actually the very first one, because there were hardly any people in business class. There's only 8 seats in business class on those small planes. That I should actually check out what sort of plane they are. My brother's gonna kill me, he's a pilot, he knows those things. It's just a smallish plane. So yeah, there's only 8 business class seats, and those people will board first. And I was the first of those 8. 4 people or something that were actually in business class at that time. And it does feel special, I have to say. If everyone else is just lining up and there's those long lines, and you go straight to your priority boarding and get on the plane. Also, you get priority check-in, forgot to mention that earlier, which means everyone is doing that self-check-in thing and then baggage drop-off. And again, like, I'm not sophisticated, I used to be with those people, and it's still fun to do all that stuff. So yeah, definitely no problem with that. But is it a bit nicer if you just walk straight to priority and don't have to do that self-check-in stuff? You just walk up like it used to be with your luggage, and yeah, they just put it there on the thingy and it goes away. And yeah, they just treat you as if you're rich, and they treat you with more respect, which is, yeah, I'm not rich, so it's very special for me. You sort of avoiding the crowds all the time, like when you check in and when you board. It's just a very quick process. And then once you're on the plane, when you board, they welcome you with your name, and they give you a welcome drink right away. I don't drink alcohol, so I just get water. But it comes in a glass, usually, not always. Actually, last time they just put plastic water bottles there, and I tried to avoid plastic, and I had my own water bottle, so I just had my own water. But usually you get water in a glass, and then also they serve you a hot meal. Because I got upgraded last minute, I couldn't order my vegan meal, but they usually make it happen somehow. So they if you tell them, well, I would like something vegan, they actually really try very hard to find something, and they usually find something in the end. So yes, they spoil you a little bit. And then the other thing is, once you get off the plane, they sort of block the aisle, so that people who are in economy class can't like push forward and be in front of you when you get off the plane. So you're also the first off the plane, which is nice, but it doesn't really do much if you have luggage checked in, because obviously you have to wait like everyone else for your bags. And especially if you have priority check-in in the beginning, it means that your luggage probably comes out last, so you're gonna stand there like everyone else. While you are on the plane, apart from the fact that they serve you with food and that they're super nice to you, and they also lift your hand luggage up into the overhead storage, so you don't have to do that yourself, they do that for you. Other than that, you of course obviously have more leg room, which I'm not that tall. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's nice, but on a 2-hour flight, it's not really worth paying extra just for that. And the seats are wider as well, which is nice. You're not so close to the person next to you. The other thing is, like, when you are sitting at the window seat, it's easy to get out. The other person doesn't have to get up, because you can easily squeeze through because of that extra leg room. That's, I think, is sort of nice. The other thing is, when you get up, when you actually go to the bathroom, the bathrooms in that plane, I will link what plane it is, because my brother's gonna kill me. In that particular plane, there is a toilet up front that you share only with the pilots. So you're like very close to the cockpit. So you're like, yeah, almost in the cockpit. So I feel like I'm almost like my brother now. I've been as close as it gets to being a pilot because I've been on the toilet right next to the cockpit. So yeah, there's never lines for the toilet as well, which wouldn't really happen on a 2-hour flight anyway. Okay then, so is it worth it paying extra for business class on a short haul flight? I would say it depends on how much extra it is. If you actually pay an extra 100 or 115 Australian dollars, that is, by the way, for one direction, I think it's worth it. Because if you hate crowds like I do, it is sort of nice to sort of avoid all that lining up and waiting, and it's faster at check-in. It is very nice. I would say it's worth $100, definitely. Is it worth like 3, 4, 5 times as much? Because you really it only makes a difference for like 4 hours of your life, 2 hours of flight, and then the lounge as well. and the check-in experience? Probably not, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, that's up to you. After watching that video, I hope you have a little bit of an idea if it's worth it or not. As long as I'm a gold member, as long as they ask me to do bids to upgrade, I will do my bids on short haul flights, because it is quite a bit nicer. So yeah, that's my experience, that's my personal opinion. And yeah, long haul flights, a whole different story. We'll talk about that in another video. So please subscribe. If you liked the video even just a little bit, which I hope you did, then give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.